Welcome.
Just sit right back and hear a tale of a podcast crew who gather around their mighty drink to give their point of view. As man is the panel fire, he shows that he has fun, and Donny, our host, will jump along, guiding us through the storm, guiding us through the storm. Big teams are rocky, keeps us true, he often gets his say. And just alive, he knows the girls and everything Dragons win. And everything Dragons win. The Mad Dragon podcast is a journey unforeseen. With Tasman and Donny to the then there's Big T and Coco. Just the start. Mazza and the other crew here on the Mad Dragon podcast.
Well, good day, Dragons fans. I'm Big T, and welcome to the Mad Dragon podcast, where we bleed red and white. We scream at our TV sets. We lose our sanity supporting this club we love. Now, strap yourselves in. We're on our way back from the roller coaster ride down in Canberra. Well, let me just say, we didn't quite get the rub of the green on the weekend. We lost 28-4 to the Raiders, but gee whiz, it was a tale of missed opportunities. The bounce of the ball didn't go our way until it was too late. We've lost 8 games by 6 or less, and 3 of those games have been by 1. So we're sort of there. We just can't make it. The boys were down by 18 at one stage, but they decided to turn on the afterburners the last 15 minutes, and they had every Dragon fan dreaming. We were all dreaming that we're going to win this game. We clawed our way back, but unfortunately, the comeback, we just ran out of time. If there had been more time, we would have won. Okay, Jess, you wanted to say something about Flano was absolutely filthy.
He absolutely was, and let's a few costly decisions in the game. Obviously, the Tyra Sloan forward pass was the most notable one. Let's have a look and hear what Flano said after that game, and Damien Cook as well.
Just fix that bottom part, will you?
Yeah, team that's supposed to
Yeah, fix it, please.
come so close, really.
Yeah, well, we're a proud club, strong group, and Canberra a good side, and we fought back and should have won without a doubt.
You said to me in the pre-game, you had one player left in your top 30. Obviously, you're not using it as an excuse tonight. You said that he should have won, but it really does show that they're playing with a lot of grit and character, considering the list of injuries that you do have.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about a list of injuries or the players we got out. I'm talking about the players that were out there. Where, as I said, whoever puts that jersey on just goes out and does the job, and they did that tonight. And as I said, I thought we should have won. Lucky there was a change in way to the press conferences because I'd be playing for them.
In regards to the Bucks.
You know exactly what it's about. Everyone knows it's there, what was there, and it's tough. Well, when you're a side flying high like the Raiders, you probably see that they get the bounce of the ball and they deserve it because we're at the top of the table. And where we're at in the middle of the table, sometimes you feel that you just don't get the rub of the green sometimes. So it's a tough one. In the end, that's the difference.
Tyrell Sloan tonight, how did you feel his game was at?
Well, that's what we know he can do, speed, finishing. There was another little moment there where I would have liked him to tidy up. It resulted in a try to the opposition, but he showed some more class to score 2 tries.
You'll just be slipping away from you guys out there for a bit. How do you, as one of the leaders out there, sort of rattle the boys together to bring it to the close finish that we all just saw?
I think we all knew our game plan was working. It's just we were probably shooting ourselves in the foot a little bit, coming out of yardage, especially in the first 20, put ourselves under a lot of pressure. But, obviously they flew out of the blocks second half, got a couple of tries. But once we got into the set for set, we're making really good meters and we knew we had the time to, the way the game's going at the moment, momentum's a big thing, and we knew we had time on our hands and we just didn't get it at the end.
Did the booing from the crowd towards Kyle a spur on the team at all?
Never heard it.
What
would the crowd be booing Kyle for?
Just the conversion early in the game. They were quite passionate this game.
Well, I think they do that. Yeah, that's good on. That's going to happen everywhere.
What is this sort of? I mean, the win last week and then this week, but you came so close, but you should have won it. I suppose the back end of the season, where do you sort of see it from here? Like you're still right in that
Yeah.
that mix of that middle of the
Well, if
table.
we had that attitude and that commitment week in, week out, we're going to win a lot more games on the way home. So they're number one. And as I said, we just need to roll that commitment over. We had a good win last week. We come down here and play the competition leaders. And as I said, could have, should have, would have won. We didn't because a few things. And I respect Mickey and the Raiders. They hung in there, and that's what good sides do. But we just got to stick at it for the rest of the year.
You feel like this forward stepped up that you asked them to do before the game?
Yeah, I thought everyone stepped up. I thought everyone had some moments. We had some not so good ones, and we had some really good ones. So and we put ourselves in the game.
Thanks.
Now that I use Monday service, AI makes solving tickets my form
Bloody
of
ads.
meditation.
right,
Monday
there you
service
go.
is a ticketing
Is that one of
platform.
our ads, Jess? It's not one of our ads.
There we go. That's it. Everyone agree with what Flano said there? How do you sum up what Flano and Cookie said there?
Yep, I mean that's pretty much what happened. To be honest, can't do much about it. We could have won, but some errors cost us, and I wish we could have won because I don't really like Canberra that much, but it's pretty good for us at the end of the day, and we put in a great effort. So I'm proud of that.
All right. Thank you very much, Jess. We want to get into some NRLW news.
Yes, I will start with that. But first,
Start with
of
the good
all,
news, I think. We'll start with the good news.
yes, let's start with this. And what at the aim it was, Big T. We ran out
Big
36-14
game.
winners. No one gave us a hope in the world, and we went down there and blew them off the park.
Yeah, we did. Indie Bostock got 3. I think she got 3, yeah.
2 unlucky not to have 3.
2 unlucky not to get 3. Teagan Berry scored. She scored a great try. She was
First player in
inside her own
NRLW.
half.
First player in NRLW history to score 30 tries. So she
very
just
good.
keeps breaking the records.
Yeah, she's got a couple of hot on the heels, hasn't she?
Well, one of them was a try scorer yesterday. Was Madison Bartlett, who did score for the Raiders, and the other one would be Tamika Upton.
Tamika Upton, what a player she is. All right, you got any questions about any more questions about the girls' game, Jess?
Well, Billy or Liam, do you have any thoughts on what did you think of that? It was an amazing performance.
Yeah,
it was a 4-4 at half time. The Raiders started to creep their way back at 18-14, and then from there, we ran away with it. Teagan Berry, magnificent as always. She just does Teagan Berry things. We know what to expect from her. The flash, and then Indie Bostock, nicknamed the Ferrari. You can see why. That combination has me licking my lips for what the season lies ahead for the NRLW girls. That's for sure.
Well, I'm going to throw a little smoky out there, Jess. So I'm going to say my scoops of the year is the Indie Bostock to be Rookie of the Year for the women's game this year.
Yep, back-to-back titles. We got Casey Ray that got it last year, so that's a good shout. If she keeps playing the way that she is, and the first try she scored, she wasn't even in first gear. It was probably one of the best debuts in the NRLW I've ever seen. You could throw it in the NRL. That was how good it was. And you could throw in Margot Vella too. She was a try scorer in the game too. Big T, you're happy to see her back after missing most of last year.
We missed her very much last year. We missed her so much last year. Her speed on the wing, her tackling. She's a brute. Reminds me of Steve Matai a little bit, the way she hits the opposition. So, yeah, glad to see her back. Zali Hopkins, she had a great game. And what about her try scorer, Billy? The try scorer celebration.
Yeah, that was a great celebration. Doing the Piggy Riddell celebration, going to the. I mean, at GOI Stadium, that's crazy work. But you know what? Love to see it. Another $5,000, and it's a good
first time we beat Canberra.
First
Yeah,
time, yes. We've lost the last two in tight ones at Cobber and Wollongong, and Racine McGregor had a pretty good try celebration too. She did the Titanic with Zali Hopkins.
That's what that was. I was
and Teagan Berry did a kiss to the crowd.
Some of the try score celebrations have been really good, but some of them have been really lame. You know, really lame ones. But yeah, good on them.
The NRLW girls really get on top of it. That
$5,000 for every time a player does a try celebration
goes to cancer research.
It's great, absolutely fantastic.
Well, I'm going to say, guys, is we're going to get a lot more through this whole month. So we've still got plenty of weeks to go for more try celebrations.
But yeah,
I'm also going to throw another cheeky crow out there is Dragons women's to win the comp.
Too early to say that yet, Scoop. One game. One game.
They look good, though. They did look good.
Yes, good signs. But the big test will be next week when they take on the defending premiers. The Roosters, they were very, very good today.
Yeah.
They'll be very hard to beat once again. They were dominant against the Warriors, 30 points to 6. So, and they've still got Taran Aiken to come back. So, they'll be the team to beat, I think, as well as the Brisbane Broncos, who Tamika Upton was an instant success in her return to Brisbane yesterday. Player of the match in their 28-4 win over the Tigers up there in Brisbane. Had a hand in all the tries and could very well be the piece that takes them to their fourth premiership this year potentially.
No. Dragons all the way.
We had two on debut and very, very touching. Well, we saw one of those clips on Friday, but those that weren't watching will play a couple of them, and we saw Trinity Tonea. We already spoke about Indie Bostock, so let's have a look at how Nathan Cross told them they were making their NRLW debuts yesterday. We'll start with Trinity Tonea.
That's good. No, good. There we go. Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
Love these videos too. These are so special.
Hello, Trinity.
Hey, Ross.
Hello.
Hey.
Again, hi.
Great.
How do you feel on the back up?
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been great.
Train's been good. What about you though? How do you think you've been going?
I'm still trying to find the lane.
Yeah. Are you finding that a bit easier now?
Yeah, with Hannah,
Yeah.
With Hannah.
Has she been helpful?
Yeah. Like, even if we're switching out and stuff, and I just ask her the questions, or when you put us together yesterday. Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
On the
Saturday?
weekend, yeah.
Yeah.
I felt good with her, like playing with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel confident with her?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you be confident to play with her?
Yeah.
Would you be confident to play this week at Canberra with her? Because you're playing, kid. You're going to make your debut this week.
Really?
You sure are.
Really?
Congratulations, mate. You're going to make your debut. Yeah. You are. You're in.
Really?
Yeah. Well done. You deserve it, mate. You deserve it. Sit down. Yeah.
Really? Oh, we did. I've been saying what if all day.
I remember when I first met you at Steelers that day, and you said to me, I said, "Oh, Trin, you're Lex's sister," and you said, "No, she's my sister, and I'm the best sister." And mate, I've seen it. I've seen, Lex has proven herself. You're yet to do that, but I've seen your ability and your work ethic, and your tenacity and everything we love about you. That's why we extended your contract, and you've got a big future here, mate. So you should be proud of yourself. You should be really excited, and we're all super excited for you. All right. So you're going to come off the bench on Saturday, and you're going to do a good job. So congratulations.
Thanks, Ross.
Well done, mate. That's good.
Oh, that's lovely. That brought a tear to my eye.
Very, very special. And we'll hear Nathan Cross again telling Indie Bostock the same news yesterday.
I'm going to cry again, Jess.
Please don't cry, Big T, unless you want to.
Cries of joy. Cries of joy. Cries of joy. Yeah, it's very lovely for these young girls to come through and
Actually,
be told what we're seeing here.
Played with Ray. Like I've never been there to do like the plays and stuff, but an actual game. My head's back, felt good.
Did you feel like you were getting communication from Ray?
Yeah, in defense, in attack definitely. Just in defense, like I think, like she was better on Saturday. Like she was telling me she had, or like I was saying who I had, because I wasn't even doing that in the opposed either. But when I was saying who I had, then she had, that made me feel like a lot better in the DB. And the opposed was a little bit more quiet. But I think on Saturday we figured it out. It was good.
It looked really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you better get used to it because you'll be making your debut this week.
Oh my God!
Well done, mate.
Yay!
Well done.
Thank you.
So proud of you, mate. You deserve
Thank
it.
you. Oh my God.
So,
I was the most nervous 2 weeks of my life.
mate, for you, you ticked every box. You've trained so hard. I just wrote some notes because the thing I love about you, you've stayed true to yourself through it. You've made the hard decision to sit out Tasha, which you copped flack, I copped flack, we all did, but it was the right thing, and you're physically ready and you can't wait to see it.
Yay!
So,
Thank you
awesome.
so much.
It's going to be great, mate. So,
oh my God.
Again, a very, very special moment for Indy, and a well-deserved debut, and she was fantastic. She moved Bobby Law to the wing as well. It wasn't a change that was happening. It wasn't known till later in the week. Like she wasn't named on Tuesday to make her debut, but all in all, a very much deserved debut. She's been on fire. She sat out Tasha Gal Cup as you heard her say in that chat with Nathan Cross, and Crossy did say that he copped a lot of flack for it. She did, but she was focused on making her NRLW debut. All that hard work has paid off, and she's reaped the rewards. She thoroughly deserved that. And she had a fantastic game this year, and very much looking forward to seeing how she develops throughout the year. A great start, and hopefully she can keep that going. And as Scoop said, she keeps like that. She'll very much be rookie of the year this year.
She did. As Rory said, Indy killed it. It was a great effort by her. She ran for over 200 metres too, didn't she, Jess?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And Teagan Berry at 250 as well. It was, and we did the 3-2-1s for this game yesterday. It was a very well balanced team performance. It was,
yeah.
You couldn't say no one played bad. That's when every player from 1 to 17 all put in and do the hard yards and play as a team. It makes it very hard, and they did it very well, and surprised a lot of people. But as I said, to have Teagan Berry and Indie Bostock, and they targeted that side of Mackenzie Wiki and Madison Bartlett all afternoon, and I think they under Soward's coaching. I know me and Donnie were chatting about it off air that they seemed a little bit structured under Jamie Soward's coaching, where they tried to ruck it forward through Tekka and Alexis Toanei quite a lot. It looks like Crossy has released the shackles a little bit and let them play what they see in front of them. And we saw that in action yesterday when Teagan Berry continued to run the ball, and she was a threat every time she had the ball yesterday, and as was Indie Bostock. And if they, not going to say they're going to happen all year, but if they play like that every game, that they'll win their fair share of games and
that's right,
pushing for a final spot if they can.
If they can give us 3 tries a week between them, that'd be fantastic. I'm just looking at this thunderstorm outside my studio here.
She's just as good as Jack.
It's a perler, and just as good, better than Jack. Who's he's out at the moment. Well, we've been a bit. We haven't got Hasman. We haven't got Coco. We've been a bit jumbled this week. So these questions we've got, they're going to go to anybody.
I do have one more. You want to hear?
One more. Go on.
We'll hear from Indy, and then we'll hear the conference from Zali and Crossy. Let's hear Indy's debut. Let's hear what she thought of her debut yesterday.
in the team list, so that took a little bit of pressure off. But I was just excited to get out here the whole week.
And what did they do? Could it have gone any better?
I know. I'm very lucky with the group of girls I have. They made it easy to score those tries. But yeah, I'm happy to get the win with my fam. It's good.
And as you said, your fam's all here. That must be pretty cool coming over and seeing them.
Yeah, definitely. I'm very grateful. I got a whole bloody bus here to come watch me. But yeah, very grateful that I have the family I have.
Team song now too. You excited for that?
Yes, hopefully I remember it. We learned it the other day at training, but let's just sing it. Let's go.
Good on her. She's
Indeed.
Good on her. She seems very happy there and very and deserves it. Very excited as obviously there, and yeah, I'm excited to see how she goes for the rest of the year. But we saw glimpses of her in the Steelers Harvey Normans last year, didn't we, Scoop? And she was always going to make that step up.
Yeah, you could see it coming after last year's performance, but surely she was going to get picked to play on the wing in her debut game.
Yeah, she actually played in a centre, which moved a more experienced player like Bobby Law to the wing as well, which is a good move. But yeah, to put a more experienced player like Bobby Law to the wing, and to have Nathan Cross had so much confidence in her to push her out of that is a great sign that Cross is backing her, and yeah, it's very good to see, and hopefully she gets better and better as the season goes on. But let's have a look at the new co-captain Zali Hopkins and coach Nathan Cross on what their thoughts on the game.
Someone's alarm or something's going off.
I think it's Billy's.
Nah, there's no alarm here.
Yeah, 100%. I think
Jess?
we stuck to
Nope.
our game plan a bit early, and we went out there and executed. There's still a few things we need to work on, but we're only just getting started. Quite impressive. I think Zahara is a good leader and she leads by example, same with mine through the middle, but we knew we just had to shut it down and put a lot of pressure on
Yeah, it was great. It was sort of had it marked in the calendar for a while, obviously knowing that it was going to be my first game as head coach and then my birthday, so it was a bit of a whirlwind, but Zali and the team made it a pretty special day for me. So, and then for them to go and play the way they did, yeah, it means a lot to me because we've worked hard, and I sort of felt like we might put in a good performance, but you don't always get what you deserve in rugby league. So I was just really pleased for the girls that we actually played well and got 2 points. Yeah, definitely. I think if I look at the last 12 months for the Dragons, for the nucleus that are here, they've been through a lot, and they probably lacked a little bit of that belief or resilience. Games like that might have got away from them in the past. Is that fair?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So for them to, with people like Hannah Southwell coming in and just instilling, like she's a winner, as we all know, and having people like that on the field. Young Trinity Tawanai was enormous on debut as well. So I certainly in the coach's box, we had a lot of belief that we could get home.
Well, not a whole lot. I tried to keep it a secret from him. I made a promise I would do it. I told a few of the girls, I said, don't steal my celebration.
The try celebration.
4 weeks to score a try for myself. It doesn't come around much. But I knew, got a bit embarrassed, but I had to point up the box and let him know it was for him and Crossy and everyone else. But it was special. Was there feedback on his thoughts? I think he giggled. I tried to get him to give me $50 if I scored, but don't know if that one would happen.
He wasn't happy with Zali's lack of athleticism to get over the fence.
Two fences though.
That's true.
Yeah.
That we were hoping that, or I was secretly hoping we might see a Piggy Riddell moment. But if I'm honest, I was hoping it would be in the second half when the game was done. But anyway, it's done, and
we got the win.
We got the win. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's awesome. The girls get around it just as much as the men, and it's so good to see it goes to such a good cause, and us girls love it, of course, so it makes it special. The touchdown comes in a great for you guys, and it must be such an exciting time. Love seeing the debutants out there today, particularly Indie. When did you know she was ready to go?
Oh, about 8 weeks ago. Yeah, she's worked so hard, Indie Bostock. Credit to her. I said that to her when I told her that we do the week. Everyone can see the work she's done behind the scenes. It's incredible. She's put on 8 or 9 kilos of muscle to be NRLW ready. Everyone knew that she was a prodigious talent, coming through the grades. But now, first touch, she runs 60 or 70 metres to score. I mean, that's ridiculous. So, look, she's going to have a tough times as well, but I was so happy for her to start her NRLW career in that sort of way.
Yeah, I agree.
It was
100%.
good.
She's a talent.
Very good.
He speaks very well, doesn't he, Nathan Cross?
Yep.
So does Sally Hopkins. She spoke very well.
He did. They both
Yeah.
did. Great to have her as captain. Yep.
Yep. I reckon Scoops should give Sally $50 too for scoring a try.
Yep, I agree with that. Yep. Give Sally Hopkins $50.
Nah, I'll probably
All
go
right,
to
have you
one
got-
of the other girls.
Have you got the girls' ladder there, Jess?
Yep. Let's bring it up. Looking pretty at the moment. It's been one game, but we'll take it.
We sure will take it.
Let me bet we're first on the ladder, Chess.
No,
No,
we're not
mate.
first.
Oh, second.
Not far off, but
Second.
NRL ladder after round 1. Broncos are 2 points plus 24, along with the Roosters. 24. We're 2 points. You Beauty plus 22. That was a good win. Cowboys are 4th. Bulldogs are 5th. Eels are 6th. Oh, Sharkies, Knights, Titans, Raiders, Warriors, and the Tigers. The Tigers should be. The whole club should just be used to being there last. The whole club. But yeah, no, they got done by 24 by the Broncos, and that was a lay down possess sort of game. That one.
Want me to do the men's chess?
No, we got ability to do it.
We'll get to that a bit later.
Oh, it's up next if you're finished.
Let's see if I've got. Oh, you want to discuss? I just want to give a shout out to don't know if it's on here now, but give a shout out to Ricky Stewart of what he said for, about Kyle Flanagan. Anyone agree with what he's about to say? Or you want to hear it for quick first?
Let's hear the clip first, then we'll talk about it.
All right. Let's get the clip. Let's hear from Raiders coach Ricky Stewart. Not often we hear from an opposition coach, but had some good things to say here.
We took the foot off the pedal.
Sorry, poor choice of words.
And probably poor question too when you asked Shane about his son. I think it's a disgrace how you guys in the media are just absolutely bashing the kid publicly. I said you guys in the media. Okay. And you asked a question there about his booing. I mean, honestly, I've got a son playing, and that's my biggest fear. You people, not him, but the media. The way he's been portrayed in the media at the moment, that poor kid. And I went up to him and I grabbed him after the game and took him aside and spoke to him. I've known him since he's been a little boy. He was the lead tonight. He led the charge in regards to getting that team back into that game. I think it's a disgrace what his so-called supporters, the so-called Dragon supporters, the social media, the bullshit that he has to listen to and cop. It's something I just don't like. He's a better football player than he's been given credit for. The way that boy has handled that from a mental point of view to being able to turn up every week. And he said, I'm tough enough, I'll handle it. I know he is. But it's awful. He led the charge for that team tonight, and they nearly come back on the back of him winning that game.
It becomes almost more than just footy. It's not about footy at the end of the day when it becomes
It becomes a game. It becomes a game for the media reporting what social media says. You got to have a look at some of these people who are actually being. It'd be torture for his mother. I know his old man will handle it, but it'd be torture for his mother and his sisters. You imagine if it was one of yours. That's when it becomes real.
So what do you say to the Raiders fans that were booing him quite loudly in the first
Were they
half?
all Raiders fans, were they?
It was coming from our side of the stand. It seemed that way.
They always boo a goal kicker. How many games do you go to? They always, I want them to boo their goal kicker.
Okay.
I want our Raiders fair. They can throw cans at him for all I care. I want them to boo their goal kicker. That's their job.
100%.
I've been out at Seaford Oval where the cars were there. I mean, there wasn't a car there blowing a horn at the bloody opposition goal kicker. Anyhow, thank you. Where do you reckon we took the foot off?
Yeah, 100%, Ricky. I
He
didn't
doesn't
really
deserve
like
all the fluff he's getting.
No, Kyle doesn't. No. And I've said he's doing his job.
He's doing his best.
He has some superstar moments,
but he's not a superstar. He's never going.
He's not a superstar. No, he's not a superstar. He's not a superstar.
He does. He's been playing well the last couple of weeks. I'll give him that.
100%. All right, do you want to get to the men's side of it, the bad news side of it? I don't think it was bad news.
Yes,
I think it was good news.
Where's Billy?
Billy's here somewhere.
Of internet issues.
Oh,
Okay.
you might have dropped out.
Let's get into it then, Big T. Good moments though in the game.
Yeah, hang on. Can we have a look at the men's ladder? You got that one there?
Yep.
I'll read out the men's ladder since.
Okay, mate.
He did them.
No nicknames or anything. Okay.
Oh.
Go through the ladder after round 18. After round 18.
But after round 18, the ladder stands as it is. Raiders at the top with 30 points, followed by the Bulldogs, 28.
The Storm.
Oh, sorry,
Storm is
Melbourne.
second now, yeah. Oh, equal second.
So Melbourne and Bulldogs are equal second.
Melbourne ahead on for and against.
But
Warriors
sure,
round-
so me readers. Crikey, you. Then you got New Zealand Warriors quietly
Round
crept
about
up the ladder in fourth, followed by the Broncos. Then the Panthers, which came out of nowhere. Then the Dolphins, which is, I reckon they're going to be a surprise packet of the year. Then you got Manly Sea Eagles, who's joined with the Dolphins to round out the 8. In ninth, you got the Roosters. Who expected that to happen? In number 10th, you got the Sharks. They're slowly dropping their way down the ladder. In 11th, you got us, the Dragons. In 12th, you got the Cowboys. 13th, you got Newcastle. 14th, Tigers. 15th, Parramatta Eels. In 16th, after their loss today, is the South Sydney Rabbitohs. And sitting in dead last, you got the Gold Coast Titans. Sending up back to central commentary, Jesse.
Rufio. We've had Rufio on the other night. Look,
We had him,
some
yeah.
strange comments.
He has some. Spoon. No, we won't get the spoon, mate. Don't worry about that.
If we play like that, like we did last night, and we play like that every week, as Flano said, we could win more games. But as we spoke about, we've lost 8 games by 8 points or less. We've lost 3 by 1.
That's right.
And
We've got something there. We've got something there.
away.
Watch those Bulldogs slip down the table now. They've started to slip. You're talking about the Sharkies slipping out. The Bulldogs are slipping too. They've got some problems there.
They'll still be finals, but
yeah, they got some problems.
They've always had problems since Lachlan Galvin came in. And also, just to announce, Reid Marnie's going to Cowboys for a 3-year deal.
He's finally signed.
And there was some sad news as well today. So Cameron Munster had to leave the Queensland camp, Big T. His father has passed away.
Oh, so good.
So
That's
he'll be back in time for
He'll
the
be
game.
back. He'll be back.
But yes, shout condolences to him and his family at this tough time.
Sure, for sure.
It's a rugby league community, so yeah.
Get into the Dragons.
The Blues on Wednesday night, Big T.
Queensland. I've got something coming up later in the show for our Queensland fans, so just stay tuned. What? Stay tuned. I'm telling you, it's something big. It's huge, as Darryl Eastlake used to say. Let's talk about that first forward pass try from Sloan to Sully. Scoop, was that pass forward?
I know I'm going to cock up a lot of flack from this, but I'm going to say, as a perspective as a referee, I'm going to say it was forward. So,
Oh,
I hate to say it, boys, but it was forward. It was a mile forward. I've gone through the replays, and I hate to
That's
say
right.
it was forward. So, I don't care. Throw your hate or something at me. I do not care. I will take it on the chin.
no, it definitely wasn't.
Yeah,
forward,
wants you to
Scoop.
do that, Big T. Would you do
Yeah,
that?
I will. If the Dragons make the semis, I'll dye my beard red. There you go.
And white.
There you go. Red and white. Look, it's like I got one side red, one side white. Look, how's that? That's what I'll do
You'll
for you.
take a
That's what I'll do
photo.
for you. I'll be on the podcast with it, mate. Don't you worry. It'll be for the first semi-final. Okay, Jess, Xavier Savage scored a miraculous try in around about the 20th minute. What did you make about a defensive shape, or was it just our lack of scramble?
Yeah, I don't know where that was down Sione Finau's wing. I don't even know where he was. He was nowhere to be seen there. Like and King Tonga shouldn't be out there, out on the wing. Yeah, that was a bad miss from there. Obviously Finau's first game since Anzac Day. No excuse. You got to be there to mark him in, and Sab, and yeah, there wasn't really much on there for the Raiders, but the fact that it's the wingers these days, though, they can score freak tries though. Xavier Savage,
his whole body was out over the line in the air.
He was in the air,
and his arm scored the try.
When
I saw it live, I thought he put it down on the line, but no, he didn't put it down on the line.
But, yeah, back in the old days, if the corner post rule was still in, that wouldn't be a try.
I think he might have just made it myself. But anyway, we've gone past that.
Made it 12-6.
Made it 12-6, that's right. Tyrell Sloan's try, Scoop. We pretty much hit back the same way as we missed out in that first try. Moving to the right, and Sloan scored in the corner.
That try was definitely legal, so...
It was exactly the same pass, Scoop.
What?
It was exactly the same pass.
Yeah,
Second one
but
before,
it didn't float forward, so the second time he went down, that was perfectly legal. The first time it was not. So no more comments. Let's just bloody move on.
Yeah. And Rufio, this would never happen. I'm not doing it. I am sorry.
You couldn't pay Big T $1 million to do it, would you, Big T?
No, it'll be more than $1 million. Anyway, let's move on. Rufio.
Yeah, Weeks was threatening every time he had the ball last night. You're a big fan of him, Big T.
Oh, his was the next try. Yeah, they moved the movement of the ball. They got outside us and he scored. You know,
that's the one when he went the length when he went through the
right
through the middle of us.
No, that was the one where they went right. They went right. Yeah.
Oh, the kick when Flanagan kicked it, and then he.
That's right. Yeah, there was one before half time. That's right. Yeah.
That was.
I thought it was on. I thought it was on. Little was centimeters away from kicking that into the in goal. If he had been 2 centimeters further, it would have been a whole different story. But we had no cover. I think Blocker was the one that was chasing him.
Good effort from him too.
Oh, huge
and Little.
From him.
Little chased him as well.
No, Little chased him for the next try when he went through the defence. But anyway,
Kevin Walters was laughing at Blocker for running.
Yeah, well, we know what Kevin Walters is like. He's not even a coach's arsehole. He's not even a commentator. What's he doing there anyway? Yeah. So, what were your thoughts at halftime, Jess? We're in the game. Well, we were 12 points down.
It was 12-6 at halftime. Yeah,
6 points down. Sorry, yeah.
That try right at halftime, I thought rattled a bit our confidence a bit. I would have been happy going in at 6-all. 12-6 swung the momentum back to the Raiders, and then that's how they started the second half. And we were a bit slow to come out of the sheds after halftime, like we have been.
We normally are. Scoop.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on that play and the try by Ko Weeks?
Yeah, our guys were just diving in thin air, not able to grab him. Poor tackle, missed tackle by Cookie, but
Not that
Tyler
one.
Weeks, yeah, we knew that was
Different
going to
try.
happen.
Anyway,
Not that one. The one where Kyle Flanagan kicked it and then he scooped it up.
Just before half time.
Oh, that was. I don't know what the heck was going on there from our boys.
No, you know from what gets on anytime. Okay, what was the next one? Oh, Weeks' second try.
The one where he went right through the middle.
No, that was the last try. Was his last try when he went through the middle. But his next try, early in the second half, the Raiders were too slick. The movement of the ball, they just don't make mistakes. The Raiders, and I think that's where we let ourselves down by making too many mistakes.
That's why they're on top of the table. The good teams get those right,
and they win the tight games too. They win the tight games, and then Scoop, the Morgan Smithies try. Sloan and Gutho got mixed up again. It wasn't the first time it's happened.
Sloan was the one that dropped it.
And they dropped the ball, and Smithy scores his first try in the NRL after 40 games. What were they doing, Jet? What were they doing, Scoop?
Sloan and Gutho have been like this all year. No communication between those two, so it was quite disappointing. But since the board has told Sloan to walk, I think his head just turned off for the game and for the year. So, and I am hearing reports that it looks like it's going to be a done deal for Sloan to Penrith Panthers.
Ooh.
I was impressed with the game he had last night, though. He really stood up last night. He is such an X factor player. When he's on, he can score. No one can score the tries he can score.
That's right. Yeah. I don't think he's going to go out to.
I don't know if he's ever going to get his defense right, but
no.
What if he goes to a big
what
side?
Does?
If he goes to a big side and we see him become a star that we know he can be, we'll say, "Oh, why did we let him go?"
We haven't got the defensive players
our poor
around.
management skills of players.
The coaching.
No, that's right. We haven't got the players around him to keep him safe. Yeah.
Like if he goes to the Melbourne Storm, Melbourne Storm have the knack of bringing those fringe players.
Yeah, and Penrith
to make them superstars.
I do.
And if he goes to a system like them, I've no doubts that Craig Bellamy will turn Tyrell Sloan into one as well.
Well, Melbourne's got enough backline players in their system, so I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't get a crack at Melbourne.
Well, they've lost Grant Anderson. He's off to the Broncos. There's a spot up there, and Will Warbrick's been out for all year with concussion. So,
yeah,
he wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he finds his way to the Melbourne Storm. But
well, they've already got Moses Leo. Who's the other one? Moses Leo, Xavier Coates. They do have Jack Howarth, who's locked down the centre position.
And Meaney.
And Meaney. I don't know what's happening with Nick Meaney because he hasn't been playing well at Melbourne. So I wouldn't be surprised if
he was outstanding last night. Made nearly 300 metres.
Did he?
Yeah.
I didn't see last night's game. I apologise.
Pappenhausen didn't play, so McMeaney went back to fullback. He was.
That's his position, though. That's his position.
He's doing the job at centre. When you got a bloke like Ryan Pappenhausen there, you're not going to put him out of fullback, though. And I just want to say one thing in NRLW. The Dragons, you got to sign Indie Bostock long term. She's only signed this year, so don't
sign her on a 10-year deal for 1.3 mil.
Don't you reckon, Big T?
Oh, 100%. We've got to sign her up for a 10-year deal. Give her a Tino deal. Tino Fa'asumala Awi deal. 10-year deal. Get her here for 10 years. 10 years. All right, what's next up? Jess, run us through the Sewer's ugly kick for his try.
Yes, that was pretty much a fluke. I don't know how we ever got that. It just went everywhere, and Jaden Sewell was just there at the right place, the right time to score.
He was.
And that.
Do you think the bunk got it right though?
They
like
did.
saying
They did.
that the Canberra player didn't ground the ball because he was trying to pick it up. Because he did touch the
Correct.
ball on the ground. He did
Yeah.
touch the ball on the ground, but he was trying
Yeah.
to pick it up.
Yeah. So no, they did. The bunker got it right. Yeah, as the referees didn't get. Oh, the referee. Mr. Sutton got a few dubious calls out there. Even some. I even saw on the socials that there was a Penrith fan. He said, "Oh, the Jared Sutton had a Raiders jersey on under his referee's jersey."
Yeah, probably. It was. It seemed to be that way until late in the game, until that bounce of the ball. I reckon that's where we started to come back, because the next try, Scoop, was K-Flan. He scored a try. Well, that was the KO Weeks try. We're talking about that try now, the KO Weeks try, where he would run through the Dragons' defence like he had spiders on him. Nobody wanted to touch him.
Cookie missed him first.
Well, Cookie bounced off him. Then
Well,
he stepped
first off,
through.
Cookie can't tackle for crap.
What?
So I don't know why we signed
You're
him
in a
for a
sin bin.
2-year deal.
You're in a sin bin. Sin bin for you, Scoop, saying Cookie can't tackle. He makes 60
Cookie
tackles a
can tackle.
game. He makes
Come
60
on.
tackles a
Come
game,
on.
Scoop.
No,
You know
sorry,
what?
I
Everyone
got
say
the wrong
Cookie
player.
can
It was Guffo can't tackle.
Anyway, yeah.
Guffo can tackle.
But what did you think of our staggered defence? And he just stepped.
He went through everyone.
Left foot step, right foot step, left foot
There's
step.
no
and he was through.
communication between the players on the outside of the park. There was no communication.
We'll have a chat about these two later, Mo. The two Penrith boys.
It's not.
Yeah,
done.
they're going to be
finalised yet.
Oh, they were at Wynn Stadium. I think it was yesterday. Shaking hands.
They're just sorting it out. Yeah.
Meeting everybody. Oh, they're coming. Don't worry about that. Two big boys, 17-year-olds.
16.
Yeah, they'll be 17 in a few weeks. But yeah, I reckon Ian Johnson, you've got that right, mate. You've got that right. 100%.
He's on the peptides.
He is. Okay. Scoop, 15 metres out from your own line. Gutho kicks the ball. And then Sloan gets the ball and runs 40 metres and kicks the ball. And Kyle Flanagan picks it up and scores the try. Well, no, Sloaney went all the way through and scored the try, kicked the ball on the next try. But yeah, what a great try that was.
It was. Certainly it did. That brought us back into the game, but we were running out of time to level the game up. So if we would have got that try, if that try would have been awarded, the one with the forward pass, we would have won it at least by 2.
We would have won. We ran out of time, Scoop. That's what happened. If we had more time, we would have won.
Yeah.
And the last try, Jess, passing the ball around to the left. Sloan runs through, runs 40 metres, kicks the ball, and another room service bounce for Kyle Flanagan. He's over for a try. We just cheer and say we're coming back. This is it.
Yeah, it was 7 minutes to go at that stage, but we had to. We needed that try just then. Yeah, and he did look like he hurt himself after doing that, but I don't know if it was a leg injury, but he went on and kicked the goal anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Cramp. It was cramp. Yeah, they ended up rubbing it out. So I likely to rub one out. But we did have a chance. 90 seconds to go. The bomb went up. We were 30 metres out, so we were in a good attacking position. But the ball went up and we knocked it on, and that was into the game.
Is that the first time we've had a captain's challenge late in the game? Like we've usually burned.
When we had left, we was normally gone by then. But apart from a few dubious calls, I don't think Sutton had too bad of a game. I think the penalties ended up 6-5. I think so. Yeah, feed Scoop to the Bears.
Surely that's a Bulldog supporter.
I think he is. Yeah, but anyway, yep. It was a brave effort though against I am proud of the effort against the competition leaders, the Raiders.
Yeah, but look, we had some Valentine Hames out. We also had a few backs injured. Luciano Leilua, Dylan Egan, Toby Couchman, Ryan Couchman, Hamish Stewart, and they're all our young future.
And Hame Sele and Ray Fatala-Mariner got injured on the eve of the game.
So,
no, sadly, I'm not Mohammed.
Oh, was that one? Going to 3. Origin 3. Now, can you buy me a ticket, Mo?
It's sold out.
Mo, if you can get me a ticket, get me one. Come on, mate. I know you
I
can
might
do
go
it.
next year, but I'm not going this year.
I am planning on going to the Bulldogs and Dragons game though on Saturday week.
That's at a core, isn't it?
Yep, that'll be a double header. Our
Stadium.
first game against the Bulldogs NRLW as well. So
yeah.
they look pretty impressive. We saw that game on Friday night. They looked pretty impressive, didn't they, Scoop?
Oh, definitely. I was on the edge of my seat. It was a fantastic game to commentate.
Oh, you commentated there, and didn't you, Scoop? How was that?
It was good.
You enjoyed it?
Co-commentator. I'm like
co-commentator.
Well,
I'm like
Big T gets his chance in a couple of weeks in the NRLW.
If I can, that's right. I think if I can, we'll try and do something about that. So you got anything else? Any other rumours and news? Anybody, Scoop? Any big breaking news from you?
I
am hearing that we might go for Jake Clifford because he is, so far, I know he's the biggest name half off contract at the end of this season. But I would not get my hopes up too high.
But Tim Wattsford, the CEO, the other day, he said we're after a marquee 7. What are your thoughts on what he said there? I'm
like, well, we've already got Daniel Axon that can play 7.
It's not a marquee.
It looks
7.
like I don't think Kyle Flanagan will get picked in the 14 beyond the season because we've already got Jack Liddell in the 14. It looks like it's going to be a lockout for the halves. It's going to be Daniel Atkinson and like in Kintogia. So Atkinson's going to be in that filling role while Cade Reid is developing. And Cade Reid's going to be our future number 7. And it's going to be like in Kintogia and Cade Reid as our future halves.
No, Rufio. No,
Rufio.
Is that the Rufio that's on Peter Pan Island? You know, the one. Isn't he on Peter Pan Island?
Probably.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen, Rufio.
No, I don't see Kyle Flanagan getting re-signed beyond next year.
Maybe his dad did.
Even his dad, I don't see the.
Think he'll go?
He's extended earlier this year, Liam.
2 years.
He signed a 3-year extension.
I mean, after 2027.
But
what are contracts?
Someone said on the radio this morning, I think it was John Gibbs on the radio on the ABC. He said, "What's a contract these days? Look what happened to Galvin. He had a contract. He's gone.
Yeah.
Lomax had one with us. Still for this year. He's gone. Ben Hunt gone.
I wouldn't be surprised if Flanagan's going to be gone.
Mary McGregor got the coaching job at St Helens.
And look who he's got.
It's not confirmed yet.
Catalans.
Look who he's got. Look who he just signed. Toby Sexton. We should have signed him.
You got to speak French, Big T. Have you got a French accent on you?
Oh, maybe Toby Sexton. That's
That's Italian.
Oh, sorry. So close to French.
Oui.
So is that it? Is that it, Jess? Are you done with all your news and rumours?
I know it's not Dragons related. A couple of things. First of all, Alex Johnston. So he's just 7 away from getting the breaking the record of the great Ken Irvine. Yeah. He has put a pitch. You know how Buddy Franklin got 1,000 AFL goals?
Yep.
Alex Johnston has put a pitch to the NRL. When he gets to 213, let all the fans on the field.
Yeah.
What do we think?
Yes.
That's a history-making moment if he does it.
It would be. As soon as he scores that try, the game might be stopped for 15 minutes, but get on there and congratulate him. Like they did with Buddy Franklin.
I reckon it should be allowed.
And Tony Lockett.
So you're all for that? Yep.
Let him out there. We
We may not see it happen for a long, long time. Alex Johnson he's a freak scoring tries, isn't he?
Absolutely. South Sydney didn't want him 5 years ago.
He didn't want to play anywhere else.
The fans put up a Save Me page, and it saved him. And he's 200 up to 212 tries he's going to get to for one club. That's just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, Scoop will be first out.
Give him a kiss.
Give him a kiss. That's right.
No.
All right. Are we going to talk? We'll talk. Go
on. Another one that's been raised. Eligibility rules for tiers in the women's internationals, as Ian Johnson was pointing out in the comments. Players like Taylor Preston and Jocelyn Kelleher, some star playmakers in the NRLW, so they have English heritage in them. And we saw earlier in the year when the Jillaroos played England in Vegas, Jillaroos won that game by 90 points to 4. Yeah. While ever the eligibility rules remain this way, those results will be much of the same. So just for the women's game, are you all for scrapping the tier system so that English heritage players can go represent England, even though because Jocelyn Kelleher at the moment with the eligibility laws, she wouldn't be eligible to play for England as she's played for New South Wales.
Yeah, that's not just England. It's in New Zealand, Tonga, Samoa. If you don't get picked for the Australian side, you can go and join one of those other sides.
To help,
that's what they're saying. And it doesn't affect you coming back to play for Australia. That's what they're saying.
Or Origin.
Or Origin. That's right. Exactly right. So that's a great idea. Pick up the game in the women's game.
We need to develop. We need to get the game going in England too.
It's getting killed off over there because they've already had one club fold, which was I can't remember the name, but it looks like Salford was going to fold. But
this is the women's comp, not the
women's comp.
Oh,
yeah, the women's comp. That's a great idea. It's a great idea. And those players that are eligible to play for other countries don't get picked for Australia, then go and play for them. So it's a great idea.
Yes, Scoop.
Scrap the tier system for both the men's and the women's. It's absolutely these days and age now, it's completely useless. What's the point of having it? I say scrap the tier systems.
100%.
And Rory McDonald has hit the nail on the head. Kyle Flanagan is just doing a job for the team while we're looking for a halfback.
Exactly right. He wasn't supposed to do it. We had Amone and Hunt as our halves.
They're gone.
And they're gone. We had Bud and he's gone. So, all right, do you want to wrap it up there, Jesse? We'll wrap it up there, Ray.
And also we'll get into the Jersey, the junior reps, the lower grades results.
Oh, you got some of them? Have you got some of them?
Lower grades.
Let me know these things, Jess. Let me know so I know what I'm doing.
Grades. So New South Wales Cup, they're back in the winner's circle today. They won 30-22 over Manly at Brookie. So the try scorers in that game: Jonah Glover, Lyric Crift Timawani, Jesse Williams, Haeli Finau, and Charles Heitke. Jonah Glover got 5 goals. Jacob Webster got sin bid with 5 minutes to go, but they won 30-22. So
that was Jesse Williams' first try in reserve grade, wasn't it? Debut reserve grade.
I think it might have been
three debutants. There was Jesse Williams, one in centre, and there was I think one on the bench or something. There was 3 debutants.
Tyler Peckham Harris played fullback with Cody Ramsey injured. Ben Murdoch-Basila played front row. Jet Liu was in the front row. Nick Sagranis moved back to the back row. Cyrus Stanley Trail went back to the bench, and a few Jersey Flag players went up to the New South Wales Cup side. They won that. Yeah, 30 points to 2.
Yes.
Jersey Flag. They didn't. They had a draw, 36 all. Played out at the Sydney Academy of Sport and Recreation. Shadi Hamoud got a double, that plus tries to Kai Wright, Wes Pring, Cooper Hale, and Kyan Holjartson. 6 tries apiece, but Cade Reid only kicked 5 goals, so he gets 1 more goal, we win.
One more goal, we win.
Yep.
That's right.
But yeah, a draw, still a good result.
But they're still out of the top 5, aren't they?
Yes.
Jersey Flag top 5.
Yep. The Harvey Norman Women's Premiership, St George, they went down to the Mounties, 30 points to 16. So the St George are taking the players that aren't playing NRLW this year. What we saw last year was Illawarra, but this time it's St George. Illawarra having plenty of talent to pick from and winning the comp last year. They've decided to go with St George as the players not playing in any NRLW. They'll play for the Dragons.
Nice.
They went down 30 points to 16 to the Mounties, which we saw NRLW players, squad members, Jamie Millard play, as well as Sophie Clancy, Grace Hamilton, and Jamie Lee McGregor. But the try scorers in the game were Sienna Stewart and Jamie Millard got a double. And we won that 30, lost that 30 to 16. But the Steelers got their premiership defence on track. They played at Zeems Park in Corrimal, and they won that over the Tigers by 32 points to 14. Talia Hancock, the player of the match in that one. And there was tries to Michaela McFadden, Jessica Batea, Kiara Kostovsky got a double, plus NRLW development players Maria Paseka and Talia O'Brien rounding out the try scorers. So good start to the Steelers premiership defence, 32 points to 14 over the Tigers at home. And
nice.
yeah.
And one of our
big game against the Roosters next week, isn't it, Big T?
Huge game. They're all huge games coming up. We're running into the running into the semi-finals now. We're seven or 8 rounds away from there.
2 points out still. Oh, 4 points.
We're 4 points out now.
No.
I think we're 2 points out.
2 points out, but the for and against, could be a killer. We've got to get that lowered.
Well, the Tigers win just put them up just below us. So, but their for and against is abysmal.
They're 16 minus 82.
That's right. Yeah, we're minus 49, I think.
Yep.
All right. I think we'll wrap it up there, Jess, but I've got one more thing to show everybody. I was watching WWE SmackDown last week, and if everybody knows this lady, this is Marmy. This is Rhea Ripley. She's from Adelaide, Australia. But it wasn't her I want to show you. It was this guy in the crowd. See him in the crowd there? What colour jersey he got on? And there he is again. He's there with another Adelaide-born wrestler. That's Bronson Harrison. And look, and there he is with Jacob Fatu. Queenslander!
What's that?
What's what?
What's that? What's a Queenslander? What's a Queenslander?
Queenslander jersey, mate. Look,
what's a Queenslander? You know what a Queenslander is, Liam?
He's at the WWE, buddy.
Yeah, what's Queenslander? I agree with Jesse. What's a Queenslander?
Queenslanders are people who wear maroon. We'll talk about it Tuesday night. I'll tell you what a Queenslander
is. I've got something to show you, Big T.
I'll tell you what a Queenslander is on Tuesday night.
You'll love this, just for you.
Queenslander! Yeah.
Are you sure that's not you, Big T?
I just want to see the big Queenslander at the.
He looks like you, Big T.
WWE. He looks nothing like me.
All right, moving on. Next segment. Me. Come on, let's move on.
All right.
Segment.
No, that's it. That's it for the night. It's all done and dusted. Another episode of the Mag Rag.
Queenslander watching a scripted event.
Thank you very much. It is scripted. We all know it's scripted.
Who came out this week? Rory McDonald's got a message for you, Big T.
Thanks, mate. But you can't be a loser if you watch Marmy.
Valentine Holmes, he kicks all the goals on Wednesday night.
Yeah. No, he'll kick every goal. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Scoop. Thanks to Billy, who was on earlier, but must have been a blackout at his place. Lost his internet. We've got the Roosters next week. We'll see you Tuesday night.
Have you ever seen another fight between the brothers?
No, he's not coming on, he said.
Oh, damn.
No, because he's a loser.
Just like you will be on Wednesday night. Hey, Scoop.
I agree. New South Wales win by 26-20.
We'll talk about Tuesday night, Scoop.
I'm working Tuesday night.
So he can get his tip.
Oh, he's not going to be here. Yeah, Tuesday nights. Give me a tip for the Dragons against the Roosters, a tip for Queensland, New South Wales.
Can I get my
Both
tips
games
now
too,
since
with
I'm
the
on
Roosters, we
Tuesday?
play them in NRLW as well.
I'll give my tips now since I'm not on Tuesday.
Yep.
Blues to win by 26-20. Zach
scores for the
Lomax
Blues?
to be the man of the match and man of the series.
He
For
kicks
the
every goal,
Dragons,
does he, Liam?
men.
Does he kick every goal?
What, Jesse? What, Jesse?
Does Lomax kick? Do you think Lomax will kick goals or Cleary?
Lomax. And Jacob Carras to make his Origin debut. So I am hearing reports that Brian To'o might be out.
Out too.
That's good. All of you are in now.
For the men's, for the Dragons v Roosters, Dragons in a tight one, 13-12.
Who's the field goal kicker?
I think Val Holmes will be back by then, so I'm going to go Val Holmes. For the women's, I'm going with Dragons to win. It'll be another tight one. 26-20. Get Indie Bostock with her very first hat trick.
That'd be nice.
Would be nice. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, Jex. Thanks, Scoop. Thanks, Billy. Thanks, Coco. She would have been on, but she was out to dinner with her family. And as I always say, Dragons for life. Red V's a part of me. And come on, everybody, say it with me. Fire up!
Fire up! Come on, Dragons fans. Fire up.
I think that's what you do right, isn't it?
Coco is a pedal top, she wears it on her sleeve. As Master tells tales of Dragons wins and Tuna victory. Tony and the MP crew will do their very best. Getting off topic and I digress with a red V on our chest. The Mad Dragon podcast is a sheep of camaraderie. Navigating rants down rabbit holes in the land of big red V. And so our paddlers speak the tales and our friendship is our dream. The Mad Dragon podcast